How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Old School Q&A summary. Kind of. This week, the Old School team actually replaced the Q&A with a game update preview stream. This seems a little odd given that they made all of the usual preparations for the Q&A stream, like promoting it and gathering questions, but then they suddenly decided to not do it. Personally, I believe this was an act by the Old School team to try and take me down. They scrapped the Q&A, my only source of likes, and replaced it with a game update preview stream. But no, I refuse to go down without a fight. So, if this video can hit 1,000 likes, I will start a new series on this channel with the end goal of becoming so popular on YouTube that I can buy Jagex and force the Old School team to do 7 Q&As a week. Anyway, I'm going to be summarizing the game update preview stream, so let's get started. First up, Gambit and Bruno spoke a bit about a new novice quest coming to free-to-play called X Marks the Spot. The quest has been created to help introduce free-to-players to Zaya and Korrent, or at least the story and lore around the area. As a part of the quest, the house which was previously in Lumbridge has now been replaced with a slightly larger pub, and this is where you start the quest. They didn't go any further into the quest other than showing the pub, for the sake of avoiding spoilers. Now, in the weekly Q&A summaries, I tend to avoid inserting my opinion because suggestions aren't certainties, and a lot of the things that the mods say are off-the-cuff suggestions or ideas. But since this is an update which is coming out tomorrow, I really don't like that they're changing Lumbridge. I know it's a really minor change and it doesn't impact the game in much of a meaningful way, but during my time on the Old School team, the early game areas like Lumbridge, the places you remember from back in the day, the really nostalgic, iconic locations, were damn near sacred. I'm generally for additional content and improvements to the game. However, I think that they should be additive in the iconic areas and shouldn't change what is already there when it can be avoided. This minor change to the layout of Lumbridge wasn't described in the poll question or the blog. Is this a petty gripe? Yes, absolutely. But to me, this minor change feels antithetical to the approach of the Old School team for the past several years. And personally, I wish it wasn't happening. Next, Bruno mentioned that one of the remaining changes from the Kebos dev blog was being added. Specifically, it will now be possible to exchange golden tenches for 100 mulch pearls. The Serpentine Helm will be getting buffed in accordance with the latest content poll. Its strength bonus will be taken up from 3 to 5, making it better than the Nator's Knot. Over on the Void Knight Outpost, a scoreboard tracking your novice, intermediate and veteran wins has been added, or at least it will be with tomorrow's update. The update will also include a tweak to how Konar's drop table works. Now, instead of Konar drops just going to the ground after you kill a monster, instead you'll get a Brimstone key drop. You take your Brimstone keys to where Konar is and open the nearby chest. This change doesn't affect the loot you receive at all, there's just an added step to obtain the loot. Also, the keys are stackable, so you won't need to worry too much about them taking up inventory space. Another Kebos related change is that Worm, Drake and Hydra Bones will now provide more prayer experience. 50 XP for Worm Bones, 80 XP for Drake Bones, and 110 XP for Hydras. Using anti-poison when fighting Hydras will now reduce the damage you take from the acidic pool attack. Similarly, anti-dragon shields will now protect you from the dragonfire attack of Drakes. Korrent Favor is also getting an improvement with tomorrow's update. Gaining favor with one house will no longer remove your favor with the others. Also, since being able to get 100% in all houses was previously a reward from Architectural Alliance, the mini-quest will now give an extra 10k XP lamp. And on top of that, everyone who has already completed Architectural Alliance can go and claim this lamp as well. And the final change which Gambit and Bruno showed off, the Hydra Slayer Helm Recolor. It costs the usual 1000 Slayer points to unlock, and can be created using the Hydra Head drop. Alongside this change, you can also mount the Hydra Head in your player-owned house. And to finish off the stream, Bruno and Gambit went and opened up 100 Konar keys. So that is it for this week's summary video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video despite there not being the usual Q&A summary. Hopefully the Q&A will be making a return next week, or maybe even if we're lucky tomorrow or Friday. Now, as a random side note to sign the video off on, I mentioned as a joke at the start if I get 1,000 likes, new series, all that, but I have actually been working on a new account for a series which I'm going to be doing. If you watched this far into the video, as a treat I've left an unlisted link in the description, which will take you to a brief introduction to the series. I'm really excited about it, and I've not had so much fun playing Old School in years. I'm aiming to get the first episode out either tomorrow or Friday, and my goal is a minimum of 1 million views per video in this series. Might be unrealistic, right? But I gotta show Settled who is boss. He's getting far too much praise and I don't like it. I'm jealous and I'm angry. Anyway, that is all for me today. There's a new Swamp Legs video out. Just go.